Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the weekly press briefing of the Kosovo Specialist Chambers, where we aim to provide journalists with the latest developments at the court, a look ahead at the next week, and the opportunity to ask questions. In the trial of Husni Guzzati and Nasim Haradinaj, the last witness called by the Haradinaj defense finished his testimony last Friday. On Monday, 31st January, a status conference was held to discuss next steps in the case, after which the trial panel ordered the defense teams to formally close their case, bearing in mind that no more witnesses are to be called or evidence to be presented. The defense teams formally closed their case yesterday, and the trial panel is expected to issue an order on the next steps in due course. In the trial of Salih Mustafa, the last witness to be called by the prosecution, a former KLA member, began his testimony on Tuesday and was questioned by the Specialist Prosecutor's Office and the Defense Counsel over the following 2 days. The judges also asked the witness questions. The witness testified about the structure of the KLA in the lab operational zone, the BIA unit, and the role Mr. Mustafa played in that unit, and the Serb offensive in the area of Slash in April 1999. The presiding judge of Trial Panel 1 was present via video link due to COVID-related quarantine requirements. The SPO is expected to close its case on 4th February 2022, with an official notice filed in the record of the case. On 11th February, the Defense and Victims Counsel in the Salih Mustafa case will file their respective lists of witnesses and exhibits on 17th and 18th February 2022. Trial Panel 1 will hold the Defense Preparation Conference and the Victim Status Conference. Thereafter, the panel will decide on the number and modalities of witnesses to be heard and on dates and times for the hearings. So far, a total of 27 witnesses have testified before the court in the 2 ongoing trials before the Kosovo Specialist Chambers. In the case of Mr. Pieter Schala, the specialist prosecutor filed his pre-trial brief as well as the prosecution's witness and exhibits list on 28th January. The filing of the pre-trial brief and associated lists is an important step that needs to take place before the pre-trial judge transmits the case file to a trial panel. Also on 28th January, the registrar assigned Mr. Simon Laws to represent the victim participating in the Schala case. The process for victims to apply to participate in the proceedings remains open in this case. The next pre-trial hearing in the Thaci et al. Case is scheduled for tomorrow, 4th February at 2:30 in the afternoon. During this hearing, matters to be addressed include disclosure and the status of investigations by the prosecution and the defense. In other news, as part of the court's outreach activities, spokespersons of the Kosovo Specialist Chambers participated this week in an online panel discussing the monitoring of court proceedings conducted by the Humanitarian Law Center. The spokespersons explained the reasons why the public versions of documents in a case may be redacted and why some court sessions go into private session even though proceedings in principle are public. The spokespersons explained that such measures are ordered by judges, usually for security reasons, in order to protect witnesses or victims. However, it is important to emphasize that in light of the principle of publicity, confidential filings are regularly reviewed, and whenever the reason justifying that classification is no longer there, they are reclassified as public or public redacted versions are issued. For example, filings related to Mr. Veseli's recent custodial visit to Kosovo were made public following the visit. That was all from me. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to respond.